The Griffin is now in Path of Titans, and this is made by the Ex Argilla team. Now, if you don't know what a Griffin is, it's a mythical creature, which is like cross eagle, cross lion, pretty much in a sense. And this is it, the Griffin in all of its glory. And I gotta say, that model looks absolutely gorgeous. Look at it, look at the detail on it, look at the detail on the plumage, look at the wings, the tail, everything. This thing is really, really nice. Really nicely put together by the creators of the mod here. Remember, it's made by the Ex Argilla team. If you want to play it in a multiplayer setting, it's available on the Ex Argilla semi-realism server. So you can check out that server and you can play the Griffin there if you want at the moment, of course. So for the default skin, it's the male and it's the female. There's no coloration changes between the male and the female. I don't know if that's for all the skins though. But you get 3 subspecies. You get Aquila, you get Corvus, and the main change is on the face. So if you look at the face, so it's mainly the beaks and the ears. So if you look at the side profile really quickly, while it does the aggro call, you can see the beak gets angled down on Aquila, and then Corvus is more straight, and the ears go more straight and pointy. And then you get Imucilus, I think that's how you say it. Imucilus, I think. I don't know. But the main difference there is the beak is a lot blunter, and the face is more blunt as well, and the tail is also less pronounced too. Now that's all the subspecies for the Griffin. Now let's go ahead, showcase it in game, showcase everything that it has to show for, starting off with the baby. So here we have the baby Griffin, and this thing looks absolutely gorgeous. The baby model is really, really cute. Let's just land it really quickly. One thing I do want to say, the air control is really nice on this mod, but here is the model. It's really, really adorable. Look at that little face. It's such a cutie patootie. This comes with 1 bite attack that you get when you are, well, a baby. And I do want to say I have other attacks there, and that's just because of the configuration. Pretty much you only get the bite attack when you are a baby. Anything else like these you get at fully grown or growth stages in between. But you get all of these which you can choose from as well for free. Now when we look at the attack, we're on our trusted Iguanodon once again, our test subject. I got a jump to do it, so let's see. Yeah, so the bite attack isn't the most damaging. I mean, as a baby, of course, it does pretty much nothing. But that is the bite attack, that's the bite damage on the baby. Of course, I quickly mentioned about flight control. This thing flies really nicely in my eyes. It's got the weight to it, of course, but I don't know, there's something about it. It just feels nice for what it is. So, when you are an adult, you get access to so many abilities. You've got so much to choose from here. So, let's just start with the common slot right here. You get recovery, you get violent, you get bulky, and you get balanced. We ignore balanced because obviously it's balanced. Recovery is plus stamina, violent is plus bleed damage, and bulky is minus incoming damage, so better armor. Move to the head, you get 2 abilities here. You get your peck, and then you get rip and tear. Rip and tear is a delayed bite that does medium damage and high bleed, and peck just causes medium damage. You go to your senses, you get a fair few senses here. You get Herald of Horus, Prometheus's ward, and Steed of the Sun God. Herald of Horus increases damage and bleed by 15% when flying. Prometheus's ward increases damage and bleed by 15% when grounded. And Steed of the Sun God increases health and stamina recovery during daytime. For your front limb, you get 2 attacks and you get 1 passive ability. So the attack, you get a claw attack that causes bleed, and then you get grounded claw. Oh, fuck. For your front limb, you get 3 abilities. One of them is an attack. You get 2 options to choose from, so you have to pick, 2 out of the 3. And you have to make sure you pick the right one. You get a claw attack that causes bleed. You get aerodynamic wings, which gains 10% increased turning while flying, but drastically decreases your turn radius while grounded. And then you get grounded claws, which gains 10% increased turning, but lose flying speed. So of course, if you want to be a land-based hunter, the grounded claws is better. And if you want to be a flying based hunter, aerodynamic wings would be better. And it's also the same with the sensors as well. You've got sensors that bode to different playstyles. For your metabolism, you got hyper carnivore and you get scavenger as well. For your hide, you get 3 options. You get matted feathers, which increase flight control and flying stamina. Royal safeguard, which increases armor by 10% and stamina recovery rate on ground. Then you get standard, of course, standard. For your legs, you get Minoan Slash and Assyrian Slam. Minoan Slash is a heavy claw attack with both claws that does medium bleed and high damage. This is only usable when sprint flying. Then you get Assyrian Slam, which is a small damage stomp attack that does area of effect and knockback, only usable when grounded and standing still. Then you go to your back limb, you get 2 passives and you get 2 attacks. You get Barrel Roll, which technically is attack. Yeah, you do a dart forward and you do a roll, damaging things in your path. Only can be doable while fast flying. Then you get Heraldic Wings, which increases jump height and air control, decreases jumping stamina cost. Spartan Kick is a kick with your back feet, does knockback and a small amount of damage, can only be done when flying as well. Then you get Skydiver, which decreases fall damage. For your vocal abilities, you get 3 options here. You get Phalanx Screech, which decreases incoming damage by 5% for every griffin, feline and bird in your group within 30 meters for 45 seconds. Stacks up to 5 times, only works while in a group. Then you get Roman Warcry. Increase your attack by 40% for 20 seconds, only usable when not in a group and when out of combat. Then you get Wrath of Olympus, which increases damage of every griffin, feline and bird in your group by 5% for 30 seconds. Stacks up to 5 times, only usable while you are in a group. And that's all the abilities for the griffin. Let me know what you think about them in the comments down below. But now let's showcase some of the attacks off. So when it comes to the attacks, I'm going to showcase the aerial attacks first because they're going to be the biggest pain to actually precisely hit on my Iguanodon. But of course, let's showcase them off. You've got your claw, which looks like it does a decent amount of damage. Next is the kick. Now this one should be a bit more straightforward to land. There you go, but like because I'm hitting a big target like that, I'm taking damage as well. So you don't want to be doing the kick on targets like an Iguanodon because that thing has better combat weight than me, and the other one is pretty much the barrel roll, which has the same effect as well. Let's try and go through the tail, and there you go. I mean, that was going through the tail. If I body slammed it, maybe it would do a little bit better. Let's see. It does okay. But of course, you're going to be fighting stuff like fowls and smaller stuff when you are in the air fighting and using those abilities. You're not going to be plowing straight into the side of an Iguanodon, are you? So, I mean, that test isn't the best. But for ground-based abilities, this will work like a charm. So when it comes to your bite attack, this is how much damage it does. It's a decent amount. I do want to see what that's like compared to the other bite attack, which is the rip and tear attack. So if we do this really quickly, it looks like it does probably the same amount of damage, but this one does a lot more bleed. It does around 10 seconds of bleed to the Iguanodon when you're doing this attack. And of course, you then get the claw, which does a nice amount of damage as well. Then you follow it up with the slam attack, which knocks it back. In this case, it knocked it forward and does a little bit of damage. It looks like on par. All of the ground-based attacks do similar amounts of damage, and that's where you're looking at there when it comes to the Griffin. So when it comes to skins, there are a lot on offer. There are 20 skins that you can use on this mod. There's the default skin, which looks like this. Of course, I've got the wrong coloration on really quickly. Let me just fix that. When it comes to the next skin, you've got the Cardinal. This will definitely be a fan favorite. You've got the Osprey. You then have the Urban skin. That is followed with the Multi-Punctata skin. The Bearded skin, another gorgeous skin, up there with the Red-Tailed skin, which is my favorite skin. Then you have the Barbet skin, or Barbet. Then you have Magpie, Devious Birds, Fledged, which is gorgeous. You've got Warbler, another very, very pretty skin. Up there, these are my top 3 right now. Kestrel. You've got Jaguar. You've got Falconet, another really pretty skin. Sapsucker, obviously based off a woodpecker, I'm assuming. Then you've got Borean, which, oh wow, when it was flexing its wings there, that was really nice. Then you have Starling, another really pretty skin. Arctic, and then Leucistic, and finally the Melanistic skin. And that's all the skins for this mod. So, that is the Griffin by Ex Argilla. Let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments down below. The latest mod release. If you want to check out any other mod release, I recommend these 2 that are on the screen. The latest 2 mods that came out. Well, there's 3 actually. There's a 3rd video as well, technically, if you want to talk about the EO Triceratops armored one, but that video is a little bit older. I recommend you check out the video covering the Ankyla Reza and the Bistai Versor, another large theropod, and a dolphin-toothed whale-looking thing to come to the game. But the Griffin, I'm a big fan of it, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are a big fan of it as well. Let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments down below. I'd love to know what you think. This thing's really pretty. Big fan of it. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.